Truck it up.
Tom Cruise, roll out. You're watching or listening to We Got Your 6 and 6 Patriot Playtime. We the people, the People's Patriot Project.
For a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and ideas, or want to help continue the mission, you have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we are the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always seen. We want you to be a part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. Here's the WeP3 Team bringing you today's best heroes hits in the boots on the ground organizations that are saving lives. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Left, your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it.
Truck it up.
Hey guys, here we are. It is July 31st, last day in July. Hey, shout out, happy birthday to my second oldest, Caleb. He is a big 30 today. My gosh, I don't even know who his mom is, but yeah, that's my kiddo, 30. It is a very special night tonight. We have got some guests that will be here in a minute. There were some things going on. They're coming. I just got notes. We are the People's Patriot Project, and every week we bring you a guest and usually a new musician, and sometimes it's one of our old favorites. And when I say that, they're all our favorites. So one of our former guests. Every week we want to help you understand the struggle against the invisible killer. I'm just going to say it. The enemy. And we let them share their experience with it and their experience of what helped them through it. So we'll share all the good and not always so good. We'll share some music, lots of conversation. We're looking for CJ Garton to pop in here in a minute. And we've been talking up Sammy Davis all week, and I think I got him. We'll get him all caught up and up to speed here. Tonight's show promises to be an evening of fun and amazing discussion. But first, I'll ask you, take off your hat, stand if you can, put your hand over your heart, and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty
and justice for all.
Hey,
boom.
So I did just hear from CJ. He didn't want to make his buddies dock the boat all alone, so he'll be here in just a minute. No. I can't begrudge anybody a beautiful day on a lake. I think that's first of all.
That reminds me of the first time we had CJ on the show. And this just might be CJ's personality, maybe a little bit. But 5 minutes before he was supposed to be on our show, he was walking through a convenience store at a taco stand, buying a 33-ounce Michelada. And it was one of the funniest things. And he was ready to go right on cue. And it was interesting, fun, and we enjoyed it. And he will be here. We got a couple Facebook users out there. Let us know. And we will do the shout out. We got Jeremy Daniels here. Tammy Schroeder's here. And then several formats that say that they are. And Andrea looks like the one and only Sammy L. Davis, which we're really super excited. We've had a lot of amazing feedback recently of having Sammy on, and what a story! If you don't know who Sammy Lee Davis is, you'll find out real soon. You actually all know I guarantee all of you know part of his story, and you probably don't even realize it. And so, Mr. Garton, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing wonderfully well. We just got done doing some fishing out here in Lake Michigan after a wonderful trip here, playing in party time charters and cruises in, I guess, St. Joseph. I'm at.
Catching the salmon and the trout, are you?
We are. We went full trout today. We didn't get any salmon actually in the boat. We got all lake trout, and it was a beautiful day. Everybody got a fish, so we'll say that.
Awesome. So, well, bear with us. We're getting it up and running. How is Mr. Hudson this week?
Hey, I have a moment to breathe. Does that make sense?
It does. It makes
a lot of
sense.
stuff going on this week. Test and sound systems getting ready for our WeP3 event. It's going to be a good time. I can't say melt your face, but I tell you what, it's going to be pretty awesome. There's going to be so much stuff going on. I'm not getting any sleep till then. I'm excited.
That is the exciting piece. We do have some pretty exciting news coming up about where we're doing and what we're doing and how we're doing, and all that'll be presented during this podcast, broadcast, live stream. Because you are the curator of some of this, why don't you talk about some of our sponsors for this show today?
I tell you what, it was a quick reach out, and TJM Trucking, that is a family-owned business, born and raised, good North Dakotan company. And I tell you what, I put a call out for some sponsors, and within 5 minutes, TJM Trucking's like, hey, we got you, brother. We love what you do. We believe in you. And they hopped on board. There's another one that's coming on board too. I'm waiting for their logo, and that is going to be Jav Construction. And actually, TJM and Jav work together, and they have been gracious. They've been supportive. They believe in what we're doing. They believe in veterans. They love our flag. They love our country. They love country music, and they love rock metal that will, quote unquote, melt your face.
I hear some of that's coming up for the People's Patriot Project and maybe R2R and some Minnesota fans here real soon. The Melt Your Face Off theme is live and well here in Minnesota, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. Miss Eichmann, do you have our guest?
I do. So I have Sammy here remote by phone, and this is a little bit new. So we will. It's not doing feedback right now.
No feedback right now.
No feedback.
Sounding good here.
I can hear him.
Did you hear him? Okay, I can even get my microphone even closer.
They're a little closer.
How about that?
Oh yeah, that's much better.
I love you, brother.
Cool.
That is CJ Garton. Sammy, CJ is the one that so when we asked if he wanted to bring somebody along, when we met him the first time, he said, I would love to bring my brother Sammy, because he is amazing. And so that's where all of this started, our connection. And so then that led me to calling Sammy one night, and man, we just had, I don't tell me thank you again, Sammy, because I was all like, I don't even know how to say it. There's no words. There's not enough I can say or do. And then he said, but I want to thank you very much. And I'm like, that's not it. And so having all that, and then I got to talk to Dixie tonight. And so Sammy he's at home, and it's very wooded. And so that's why we're doing it this way, via phone. And we asked him some questions the other day. Sammy, is there anything that's off limits that we should really avoid asking you?
No, ma'am. I will answer any question you ask.
Sweet.
So for those who don't know, and Andrea will do a little intro here in a minute, but what I would like to do is give everyone a teaser that's watching. And sadly, if you're not watching and this is podcast, this will make no sense to you whatsoever. But here's a little snippet of who we're talking with right now. We have the one, the only Sammy Lee Davis on the line with us, Congressional Medal of Honor recipient. And gosh, I can't even show you how high the hairs are sticking up on my arm right now. It is an absolute pleasure to have you with us, brother.
Honored to be with everybody.
Sammy L. Davis.
Oh, I love it.
So, Sammy, I just showed the clip. There's a clip that parallels the Forrest Gump movie when the president is pinning the Medal of Honor, or actually not, it's not pinning, it's actually a draping.
Yes, sir.
On the character of Forrest Gump and you simultaneously. It's a side-by-side clip, and we threw that up there to show everyone who we got. Again, I know Dan has some amazing and interesting questions to ask.
I do. Well, sir, I tell you what, I have been. You've been on my mind all week, and there's not much going on in my mind. But you did an interview back in 2021 with Fox 59, and I've watched that interview probably 10 times because you taught me something. You taught me something very important, and they asked you a very open-ended question, and you answered it with one word, and it is the most profound answer, and I have been searching for that answer for probably 20 years. And that reporter from Fox 59 asked you, why? Why did you cross that river? Not once, not twice, but 3 times. And you simply answered, it was love. Can you expound on that a little bit, sir, about what kind of love that is for a fellow service member and how that actually continues through to this day?
Well, what you find out is that it's I'm not a brave person. I've never been a brave person. But when it comes to specifically that night, I realized that I loved them men across that river. So the reason why I swam across there was not because I was big, bad, and brave. It was because I loved those men. And that's what it's all about, is love. Love for your fellow man.
You know, I sit here and you say that, and I've searched and searched because people will ask us all that, why do you guys do what you do? It's like, and here I have this, I'm going to call you hero, sir, because you are a hero of mine. And you said it was love. And it's something so simple and profound, and it's so truthful. And yet, you know, sometimes our cars break down, and sometimes our tractors don't work, or CJ doesn't catch any fish when he's out there fishing.
No, that don't happen.
That doesn't. But when you say it's love,
Fish change bait.
That's right.
But when you say
Bond.
it's love, I think we all have to pause for a second. It's like, with all the stuff that goes on in the world all the time and the fairness of it all, isn't that what it comes down to? Is that love for our fellow human, our brethren?
Yes, that is what it's all about.
And I think you say you're not a brave person, but you're obviously a man of action. Well, I have to disagree with you a little bit. All due respect, I think you're a brave person because, you know, we would all like to say, hey, you know what, in a situation like that, I'm going to do the A, B, C, and D. We can't answer that. But, sir, you did answer that. You answered a call. You saved lives. You were injured. And I'm just going to flat out say I didn't hardly sleep last night before this podcast because I just I can't even put myself mentally in that situation.
The image he's on a video.
So I understand that. And I hope you never have to be in that situation, but I would like to think you would do for your brothers what you know they'd do for you.
Well, and I feel like I would do that too because of that exactly. And that's why I go back to that word love. That love. Has that feeling gone with you your entire life now? with after service and what you're doing now, getting the message out and telling your story?
That's one of the reasons why I'm still on the road 200 plus days a year, is because I love my fellow Americans. I love my brothers and sisters that serve, and I'm still trying to do right by them.
How
Well, I think you're doing right by all Americans.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sir, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I think you're doing right by all Americans, not just service members, of how Americans should be, and respecting each other's values and beliefs, and just making America this beautiful place, and respecting one another and looking out for one another.
Yes, sir. That's what it takes, is each and every one of us standing up firmly for what we believe is right in our hearts. And that's what keeps America on the right path. If you don't do it, somebody else is going to, but maybe they don't believe the same way you do. So that's why we have to stand up for what we believe is right.
Mr. Davis, we have one of our viewers is asking a question, and first of all, their comments are, "What an honor. God bless you, sir. This Marine salutes you. I had a question. I'm 99% this is sure and true, but when generals and all military of any rank branch, do they need to salute a Medal of Honor recipient to honor them?"
They salute first. Even the President of the United States salutes the Medal of Honor first.
This is the sort of stuff we need to get out there and teach. And I'm guessing that's another reason why you like to go to schools. Because if we teach them when they're young, they'll remember it.
Yes, ma'am. That's been our experience.
That is, there's so many connections, Sammy, that come along that just, it blows my mind. And I appreciate it. I try to teach every year, flag etiquette. And kids just don't know because nobody's ever taught them. Parades are missing. Bands are missing from the parades. The color guard is missing from the parades that kids see these days. Oh, I just lost him. I'll have to call him back.
You can grab him again.
But yeah, that's what's missing. And that's why we have to do things like this.
And anyone that comes up as a Facebook user, please remember there is a way to get in here and show your AKA your credentials. If not, go ahead and give us a name real quick, and we will make sure you get the shout out. It's important that all the people that we have on here I think it's important to identify who you are and what you do, and the fact that you are a supporter of the People's Patriot Project. So I'm going to also throw up a link real quick that will allow you to be able to do that from your system. This shoots you straight into StreamYard and then gives permission to your Facebook account so that we can see it. And so Andrea's got Mr. Davis back.
I just got him back.
I'm here.
And Sammy, what was the last line you said to me? They will only know what we share with them. That's why it's so important that we go in and talk to school children and share with them what's in our heart. And experiences, I believe. That the word from that person who's been there and done that is a big piece.
That clears up that great question. We got the one and only Bobby Withrow in the house, too, who just had the awesome opportunity to go out to Washington to put Mr. Wilson to rest, and also another Congressional Medal of Winter Honor or recipient. And there were many out there. Little fact, there's 66 Medal of Honor recipients still on our earth. And we're just, again, what an amazing honor to have Mr. Davis here with us and share his story, his passion, and his mission. Mr. Davis, did the military change who you were? Andrew, your mic's off.
That's where I came to know who I was in the military. They educated me, and that's the way I wanted to be. So that's the way I've continued the rest of my life.
Did receiving the Congressional Medal of Honor change you?
Well, it definitely enforced the direction that I wanted to go in my life, and it's given me the opportunity to travel and speak and share with all of America what's in my heart.
I think that's an amazing thing, because you can take what could have been, and I can't even describe it. Like I was telling Mark and Andrea, I've been a Medal of Honor. I don't even know how to describe it. To take something that was so profound and turn it into this great thing for people, and you just said it yourself, sir, telling people the truth, and the next generations only know what you tell them, and telling them the truth. So I can't thank you enough for being out there and telling your truth and raising that flag, that red, white, and blue, because that's really what's important. That whole red, white, and blue thing. This is America. This is what went on, and these are our heroes, and the situations they were put in, and this is how they were handled. I think it's so important. And do you see that is one of the most critical points of longevity, and not only for our history, but for our younger children?
Well, most certainly. Most certainly.
There are several probably children who have seen that movie, Forrest Gump. What is your advice when they think they know everything and they don't really know everything? What's your best advice for those kiddos?
Well, they don't know everything. I mean, it's as you live life, you learn more things. So you may know everything today, but you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So that's why you just have to keep open, keep your mind open and free, and just keep learning. And if you live to be 100, you'll be a very wise person.
I think that's really hitting the nail on the head there. The longer you live, the more experience. Because Mr. Davis is Mr. Davis is the same age as my father and my father-in-law, and I hate to admit it on this end, but I learned something new from them every day, and it's every life skill, because I'm one of those people that thought I knew everything. Well, I fall off that horse many times, and I'll keep falling off the horse until I'm told to stop. So.
Some quick shout outs real quick. We got Brandon Sodergren. We've got Brian Gibson. Congratulations on Hopestock 2022, brother. We've got Derek Iozio, just amazing followers and supporters. Mr. Davis, I hear you're a CJ Garton fan. I don't want to put you on the spot, but do you have a song that's your favorite of Mr. Garton's?
Almost every one of CJ Garton's songs is my favorite. He's just
I love it.
He writes his own work, and it's just been so fantastic. I'm very, very proud of CJ.
Well, if you can hang around for a little bit longer, Mr. Davis, we're going to bring CJ on, and we're going to let him introduce one of his songs, and we'll get it played out.
Okay, excellent.
Mr. Garton, how you doing, brother?
Hello.
I love
Man,
the voice. I've always loved the voice, man.
Oh, I appreciate it. I'm very, very humbled to get the compliment I did from Sammy there. Sammy's been a brother, and
Sammy, brother, good to hear your voice.
I love you, man. You're awesome, brother. Thank you so much for the kind words. I miss our little adventures at the ponds. I'm over here at the lake, but I'm wishing you could be at one of them with me here soon.
Yes, sir. It's always open. You know that.
Absolutely, we're gonna make that happen here soon. But yeah, I was really honored. Anytime somebody ever asked me, you're the first person to come to mind. We met, I believe, serendipitously. God puts people in your path you're supposed to meet, and I'm very blessed and honored to call Sammy a brother, and Sammy, I feel the same way. You know that in Dixie, you guys are sweethearts of the family. And, just in the little time we get to even spend together the last couple of years ago before all this craziness happened, my wife never,
yes,
and my family never has forgot that. And we cherish that and look forward to doing that again with you.
You and your family will always be in our heart.
Absolutely, brother. Well, I need to get back and get my grill cooking over there behind the porch.
Oh, we lost Sammy again.
Oh,
So
lost him again. So,
He,
We'll
he
get
hung
him
up
back.
on you, CJ. No, he didn't.
No.
but it's okay.
No.
Yeah, I got a brother on the phone, so I get talking. You guys, Sammy is probably one of the most humble, kindest people. He's going to tell you his story. He's going to tell you where he came from. But one thing about Sammy you don't get from Sammy is the audacity of what he's done for a country, and honestly, that was a moment in his life that he had a moment of valor. He did some amazing things, but what's even more amazing is what he continues to do every day at his age. And him and his wife and how they represent themselves every day is even more of an honor to continue to see a patriot like that continues to serve our country and our name and our family as a union.
It's the accolades are amazing, and we know that the person is amazing, but it's just so awesome to have you on here supporting. It's another generation. It's a generation that, if I could take a time capsule or a time machine someplace else, it would go back another 50 years and get to experience that time and place. And actually, that's 70 years. You're right. Everything that he does, he's a living icon for humanity, of positivity. He's not on the line right now, and me and Andrea had a pre-meeting with him, and there was a time that it wasn't meant to put him in the corner. It has to do with just the world we live in, and he had the chance. We presented a situation with him, and he had nothing but positivity to say about the given situation. And he has every right. It's a tiny piece, but he didn't have to give the world permissions to use his image in the movie Forrest Gump because it was public domain. So the movies took his image and they did what they wanted to with it. It is what it is, man. And he says nothing but positivity about it. CJ, which song you want to line up first?
Well, I think the song that should kick off is me and Sammy got to spend some time in the woods. We were hunting and doing a little foraging, and kind of how we grew up together. I guess different schools together, I should say. And I gave Sammy a song that I had written, and Sammy really, really showed a lot of appreciation to it, a lot of love and admiration, had a lot of kind things to say, and that's The Gun. Waylon Jennings' grandson just cut it and dropped it as a single. So I think the song is one of those type of songs, kind of like Dolly Parton's "I Will Always Love You," but in a more patriotic perspective. It's a song that's gonna be much bigger than me and much bigger than what a song normally does. It has an ability to reach people and speak in a way that they can hear and understand. It's not an argument. It's not a conflict. It's just the gun speaking. It's about our amendment rights, about our freedoms, and it's about our veterans, our active duty, our first responders, everybody that really has put forth their lives, to make this country a better place. And and I'm just humbled and honored, like I said, for the people who have attached themselves to the song, like Sammy and Way, Jennings family. Like I said, I'm so excited to see where the song's going to go and how much difference it can make in the hearts of Americans.
And me and Andrea got the awesome privilege to watch Mr. Way Jennings, sing it down in Nashville in December. And little did we know that we would stumble on the curator of this amazing topic, and it's amazing conversation is what it is. So this is Mr. CJ Garton with The Gun.
Thank you.
A lot of stories about me, some are good, some are bad. I fought in 3 wars, I've even made it back. I put food on the table through the harsh winter cold. I've even helped a miner protect his hard-earned gold. I've been hanging over warm-lit fires. I've been abandoned, left out in the cold. Yes, I have killed for money and desire. I've been bought, stolen, and sold. If a soldier ever falls behind, I'm left crying out 21 times. Though I'm to blame, Lord, I hate the one. Always remember, I'm just a gun. Oh, yes, man, remember that I'm just a gun. Handed down from a father to son, been a hero in movies and a villain in some. I've even got my own amendment, you see. I'm only second to our freedom of speech. If a soldier ever falls behind, I'm left crying out 21 times. Though I'm to blame, Lord, I hate the one. Always remember that I'm just a gun. Yes, sir, remember, I'm just a gun. I have no religion, I don't choose sides. But if it wasn't for me, there'd be no 4th of July. I can't judge who's wrong or right. I'll leave that in your hands for you to decide. Yes, friends, remember, I'm just a gun. Oh, Lord, please remember, I'm only a gun.
Right message, right time, right place. I wish people could just own that piece. That's what I wish. It's an amazing lyric, but
Mark, you hit the nail on the head. We had a little conversation, CJ, before you came on. I said, if there's anyone looking to learn how to write a lyric, listen to not one but all of CJ Garton's songs, because his lyrics, and you will hear them, they are spot on. They are crystal clear, and they tie together. I am such a fan. I am. I love it.
Well, I appreciate that very much. I think anybody that can write a song that evokes emotion, that's the end game. I mean, that's it's our job to take a book and turn it into a paragraph. And hopefully, if you are able to do that, that's from experience, personal experience you've seen other people do. Music is made to heal. It's made to allow us to get through things. It saved my life as a kid, and I'm just somebody who's the Lord's passing it down, and and it's my job to relay the message. I'm a pastor of song, I guess, and so I'm grateful for that. But I can't take the credit for it.
I have to point out one of my veteran performers just said, "Well, that country sound, great job." I tell you what, that message, it's crystal clear, and Mark hit the nail on the head. Isn't that words to live by? I love it.
And I know you're not taking credit for it, CJ, but you're not calling anyone out with it. You clearly say, I'm not here to judge. But people have got to take ownership. They got to take ownership of their actions and who they are and what they are. And society, I'm sorry, society, if this is a shot in the pants, it's a shot in the pants. But we've allowed things to go too far, and we don't let anyone take ownership of anything because it's always someone else's fault. And they blame
the gun,
the thing, right? They blame the
Right.
video game. They blame the music. They blame their friend. Stop blaming. Stop pointing the finger. Hold it, own it, and let it be yours. And just let's move on. It's amazing, brother.
Well, I appreciate it. You know, like I said, I mean, it's our, you know, it's us as a community. It's us as a, you know, as a brother. You know, you hear love thy neighbor. It goes further than just next door. It goes across the country. It goes around the world. We have to be somebody who's when we look at somebody else, we have to have compassion to whatever they're going through that day, whatever they're dealing with. But we need to be somebody who's collectively aware of what these signs are, that when people need assistance, people need help, people are reaching out. We can't be blind and so busy in our day that we can't focus on others. It's as simple as opening a door for somebody, or as simple as showing kindness at a checkout counter. Those little things like that are going to make a difference. And this issue about the gun is going to become less of an issue as we show a kinder side to our fellow brothers and sisters.
You hit the nail on the head. I'm just wondering what we have to do to have you signed to be the spokesperson for the People's Patriot Project, because it's about across the board. It's about living, working, and advancing together. And that's really what it's about.
Yes.
And it's not hard to do.
Let me tell you how profound this is. I have a friend that lives by Oklahoma City, and I sent him a message earlier today. I go, you know where Bristow's at? He goes, yeah, I know where Bristow's at. It's off the 44, closer to Tulsa. And I go, you ever listen to CJ Garton? He goes, yeah, I do. He goes, I've been listening to him all day now that you brought his name up. That's how it's spread. I mean, it's so good, man. It's so good.
Mr. Davis, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
What is the one moment in all of your experiences that is the most memorable for you?
The most memorable? Well, actually, I've got several most memorable, but I would have to say when President Lyndon Johnson hung that medal around my neck, because I'd never expected it. I'd never dreamed about being there. And there I was with the President of the United States, and he was putting the Medal of Honor around my neck. That would have to be one of the most memorable seconds of my life.
So, Mr. Davis, in one of your interviews, I think it was your mother that said, you know what, all they did was put Tom Hanks' face on you because those bumps on the back of your head are your bumps. Yep. Is that right?
Yep, those knobs on the back of your head are yours, son.
I love that. Right away. A mom would know.
That's right.
That is amazing. It's. I see why they wanted to use your moments, and it's a heroic thing. I know a lot. You don't hear the hero part, but it's been heroic. It's memorable. Mark is putting the picture up with you and President Johnson, and your face is all sincerity, just in awe. What an amazing moment.
Well, I was very frightened. Of all the training that I'd had in the military, I'd had no training at all how to go meet the President of the United States. So I was really frightened, but I just hung in there and turned out great.
Well, sir, in all actuality, I firmly believe the president was probably pretty much in awe of that group of people, including yourself, that were there today, or there that day, because that is the backbone of America and the backbone of our freedom. And what a diverse group. I mean, it's such an honor to have you here, hear your voice, hear some of your story and what you're doing now.
Well, thank you, sir. We don't lose till we quit trying.
Do you hear that? You don't lose till you quit trying. I read
got
that
that
so
right.
many times in the last couple of weeks. I love it.
Isn't there a book out there that says something about that?
Yes, sir, there is.
Is that book on Amazon?
I think so.
Is that
You don't
right?
lose till you quit trying.
Don't lose till you quit trying. There it is. We're showing it up there right now. Man, that's beautiful. Don't lose till you quit trying.
Sammy, can you share with us what's...
I share that with all the school children that I speak to. I remind them that no matter what they're faced with in life, you don't lose until you quit trying. And the amount of people that have came to me many years later and said, Sergeant Davis, you told me that when I was in the 4th grade, and I'm still applying it to my life. The last one that told me about it was just a week or so ago, and he was a lieutenant colonel in the Army. And he said, I've not quit trying, and I haven't lost.
Oh my gosh, that's got to be pretty awe-inspiring to know that you've affected that many people, and the reality is that they've taken your words, used them as wisdom, and held them on to be as successful as they are. That's just awesome. Can you tell us some of the missions and some of the groups?
It makes my heart feel good.
Can you tell us some of the missions and the groups that you're supporting today and where you're going to go with those?
Say that again, sir?
Yeah. Tell us about some of the groups that you're supporting now and the missions you're involved in now.
Well, I still speak to schools all over America. I speak to corporations all over the world, and I try to encourage every one of them to stand up for what you believe is right in your heart. I personally think there's more of us that love America and is patriotic than there is of them, but unfortunately, we need to stand up. Power.
I agree with you with that. Mr. Garton.
Yeah, man, if you don't mind, Sammy, I love you, brother. I'm glad to have you back on here. Something that was always impactful for me, and I think it's a great story. But I mean, as a musician, as somebody who's a lover of music like yourself, people don't realize when they don't get a chance to have one-on-one time like we do sometimes. And I've got to have some one-on-one time with Sammy, and he has a great admiration for music. He loves music, and he can play the heck out of a harmonica. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but I actually have a harmonica that is signed. That was signed by Honer and Sammy's signature. It's one of Sammy's personal harmonicas, and it has his motto on it. He gave that to me, and I have not given up. I carry it around and try to squeeze a note out every now and then. I've been continuing to work on it and pick it to death eventually until one day I'll be able to step up and play Swanee River for him. But Sammy, would you? Yeah, brother. I'm working at it. I'm working on it. Next time I see you, I should be able to hopefully play that song. Not as good as you, but at least you'll get the idea what it sounds like.
Well, I got your room ready here at the house for you and the family.
All right, on, brother. But would you mind passing on that story of how you learned how to play harmonica and music and what kind of translation it has for folks?
Well, my mother thought when I was in Vietnam, because of the letters that I was writing, my mother thought that I was bored. Well, I was in a combat situation, and you can't write home to your mama about, well, this happened today, this happened today. So I was just writing boring stuff, evidently. So she thought I was bored, so she sent me a harmonica. And I didn't really know how to play it. I just stuck it in my pocket, and within a half hour, one of my sergeants come walking by, Johnston Dunlap, and he said, Private Davis. I said, yes, Sergeant. He said, mother send you a harmonica? I said, yeah, and I pulled it out of my pocket. He said, we'll play Shenandoah for me. And I didn't know how to play Shenandoah. But when the E6 asked a private to play the harmonica, I learned how to play it. And I was in music in high school, and I was just a few months out of high school when that happened in Vietnam. And so I started picking on it. Within a couple of weeks, you could tell what I was trying to play. And yes?
Oh, sorry, I was just giggling. That's a good story.
Oh, and I just kept playing it. Even today, when I gather with my brothers that I was in Vietnam with, one of the first things they'll say is, "Sam, do you have it with you?" And I pull my harp out, and they'll say, "Play it, Sam." They said, "We always knew that when we could hear you playing Shenandoah, that everything was okay. You know, the enemy weren't sneaking up on us. You know, we were artillery, so it was okay that the enemy could hear me, but they knew I was awake too, so nobody slipped in on us. It worked great."
That's amazing.
Such an amazing story. Yeah.
Do you still have that harmonica, Mr. Davis?
That harmonica is in the Medal of Honor Museum in Patriots Point, South Carolina.
I love it, and I can't wait to see it because I certainly plan on going to look at it firsthand for sure.
Excellent.
Patriot Point. That's fitting.
And you didn't have the chance to probably Google that song, did you?
And the box has my mother's handwriting on it that said, "Son, I hope this helps you be not quite so bored." And that box is laying there right beside the harmonica.
That's amazing.
Maybe that's okay. Mom thought you were bored, sir. Maybe that was helpful that Mom thought you were bored over there. I can't imagine being a parent and having that.
Well, it was the kind of letters that I was writing her. I was writing to her about the mud. The captain told me that I had to write at least 3 paragraphs. So I would write 3 very short paragraphs and about a duck being in the mud, and then I'd write about how the mud felt, and then I'd write another paragraph about how the mud smelled, and just boring things, evidently. But I was getting my 3 paragraphs a day out to my mom.
Wow.
That's awesome.
It's probably actually pretty creative, but it didn't, send the message to her that she needed to be worried about the war going on around you. That's probably good.
Well, I didn't want her to worry more than what she was already worrying.
Right. Sam, did you have any siblings that were also military?
I've got one sister that was in the military, and she's still alive.
Wow. That is very commendable as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Mr. Garton, let's roll up one of your songs again. Which one you want to go next?
Absolutely, I'd love that, and I'd love for you guys to get it.
Somebody knocking at the door. I'm going to have to leave.
Okay, Sam's got to say goodbye. He's got somebody there.
All right. Good talking with you all. Take care. CJ, I hope you can come see us soon. Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. I love you, brother. Bye.
What an honor.
Guys,
what an honor.
I would love to hang out too. I've got a whole family. If you look over here, they're waiting for me to cook some fresh trout on the grill. So I will send you off with the song. And I want to thank everybody for taking the time to invite us on. And I hope every person that gets to tune in on this, whether they're a part of your project or there's somebody who happened to stroll by, please take account for the opportunities that everybody that's on this podcast is giving the folks out there to get an extra eye, extra ear on what's going on with our military veterans, what's going on with our, I guess, all of our rights as an American. And all the things that people are continuously doing to make a difference and make a change, because it doesn't take one person. As you see on here, there's 4 boxes. If you can see this video, there was 5 earlier. It takes a village, and every single person. It doesn't matter if you're the one swinging a hammer or you're the one out there driving a truck. We all got to play our role, and so without it, it just doesn't work. So from the bottom of my heart, thanks everybody who takes their time out of their day from their job. Thank you guys for taking the time doing what you do. And thank you for everybody who was listening in as well.
Thank you, Mr. Garton. Thank you for being here, man. Thanks for all you do.
Oh man, my pleasure. I know that was a little bit of a soapbox thing, but I just want to let everybody know, it does. It takes a village, so don't forget that. And don't give up. You do make a difference out there. I'm talking to you, talking to every single person.
I love it. What song are you gonna? And we'll play your other song too. But what song you want to lead off now?
I don't care, man. You got the rundown. I got a new single coming out next week called. What were you gonna say?
No, you're good. Run with it.
I was gonna say "Good Gone." Would be a good one. If not, we also got Ferris Wheel. Any song, y'all choose it. If you like it, then I love it.
Let's go. Give us.
Good Gone's got the best lyric ever, man. He's got the best
rundown on Good Gone. Yeah.
Cheers. Love you guys. Thank y'all. God bless. Can't wait to jump on the next adventure, y'all.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Garden.
Thank you.
As CJ is taking off, we've got Good Gone with CJ.
See y'all. Be blessed.
Bye, hon.
To the sound of my heart breaking, couldn't clear my eyes for the pain in my head. Wishing last night was me just dreaming. Yeah, the truth is as strong as my whiskey breath. Can you good gone? What have I done, baby? Loving you, darling, just isn't enough. I turn to the bottle and it still don't faze me. Needless to say, I've been taking it rough. And you good gone, yeah, good God, baby. What do I do? What do I do now? Hit him, but I hit a wall. I tried to make it easy on us all. Walked right out into this bar. Ain't sure done a number on this cowboy's heart. And you good gone, what have I done, baby? Darling, just isn't enough. I turn to the bottle and it still don't faze me. Needless to say, I've been taking it rough. And you're good gone, yeah, good God, baby. What do I do? What do I do now? To the sound of my heart breaking, Couldn't clear my eyes for the pain in my head. Wishing last night was me just dreaming. The truth is as strong as my whiskey breath.
Truth is as strong as my whiskey breath.
One of the best lyric lines I think that's out there right now. My goodness sakes.
I love how every part, he is such a craftsman. Amazing instrumentals. I love the fact that the fiddle's in there. I love the fact that they feel it with the steel guitar. I love it's the whole thing's filled. And if you have not listened to CJ Garton, you got to get out there, put him on your playlist. We've got his link tree here. I concur. You gotta.
Let's talk about how he's bringing back a sound. I mean, this is a rich country sound, that deep voice. Man, I tell you what, it is so fun to hear that guy and a guitar and a fiddle and I mean even a little steel. And oh, I tell you what, look at Mrs. Hudson. Thank God old country is back. It is so good.
USA.
Oh,
right?
For sure.
I just we talked about that with Sammy last week when we visited with him. Telling the story, right, and sharing with the young people. And it was weird because and Mark had said something as well, but I had just listened to Ted Nugent's talk, and same thing. He was asked in an interview, like, why do you play cover songs? You got your own music. And he's like, really? I play Waylon, I play Willie, I play the oldies because the kids got to know. They got to know what real country is, because that is the grassroots. That is the USA. This stuff today is starting to all kind of sound the same. Some of it's really good, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of all starting to sound the same. So
doesn't that tie in with what Mr. Davis said too about history? The younger generation, they have to know. They have to know about what he's been through. And you got this old country sound that's so rich coming back. I mean, I'm excited. I am excited.
Oh yeah.
It's the poems and it's the of life. It's not talking about hooking up with hoes, this and that. It's not about drugs. It's not about killing people. It's life messages, and it's love. Back to Mr. Davis's story. Again, we don't want to point a finger, so go back to his first song, The Gun, which is so controversial in today's world. And, let's make sure we give everyone, that's a whole nother thing, but today's music is painful.
I just want to say, you guys, though, he's got one that we're not going to play in here because we don't want to give away all of his awesome songs, but he's got one, Talking to Ghosts, and I recommend everyone listen to that, especially our vets out there that might be going through something. Listen to those lyrics in there. They are so profound and spot on. And I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm Talking to Ghosts is the name of the song, and it's hidden from the earthly eyes, or most earthly eyes, and light my heart to fight the dark. To me, he is one of the best lyricists. He comes up with the best and most meaningful words and puts them together. I am in awe, and I'm so humbled to even talk with these folks today. It's just very, very much an honor for both of them.
We're so privileged. It's back to the relationships, the network, the pieces that have been put into place. I don't get to take ownership of it. Andrew doesn't get to take ownership. Dan doesn't. It's the drive to take care of our veterans and first responders. Go ahead, Andrea.
Oh no, I was just gonna say us. You were saying it's all of us. It's everyone. I was gonna say you guys got to talk to him, but I got to hold him here in my hand. So thank you, Sammy, for that. I just seriously, there were chills running through because his words are simple, but they are deep. They just, you don't have to think about the meaning. Everybody may interpret them a little bit differently, but it is all going to hit you right in the heart what he means when he says what he says.
Well,
And it's on you.
How much adversity, and he doesn't even bring that kind of stuff up. How much adversity has he faced? Being involved in the Vietnam War to begin with is adversity. And the fact that he was nothing but positivity through the entire message. And it's just, again, a blessing. And I know that we're in a place that gets to exude this message to all of our brothers and sisters that are out there that are struggling with things in life. Right now is this where we get to talk about the People's Patriot Project and what our mission is and what our attempt to do is. And it is to, sorry if it's mushy and gushy, but it's to exude love is what it is. I've never said that before. Yeah. That's never been, it's never been anything we talked about.
You see what I mean? He did that to me this week too. His one statement's like, I did it because of love. And I don't know if we even talked about what he did. He took, imagine having a floaty that is not functioning and you have people, he crosses the river because like, hey, don't shoot GI. He's injured himself and not crosses that river once, not twice, but 3 times on a floaty that is not floating to save lives.
Right. And doing cover fire with his injuries. And he didn't know how to swim, you guys.
I don't believe he knew how to swim.
He didn't know how to swim.
But you know why he did it? He said it with one word. He did it because he loved his brothers.
And they were stuck.
1000%.
Yep.
That's what it's all about, folks. That's what it's all about.
I just feel I've spoken to him on the phone 3 times and then many messages. And I can feel it right through the phone. I hope you all could feel he loves all of us and he would do the same thing for any one of us. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it didn't end there. He continued that mission to help the people that he loved, and he does it to this day. Bless that man.
Yes. I have to say, I think CJ has the same heart. And he started out with music heals. And music is the vehicle, the tool, the home. Everything he writes, I think there's some fun stuff out there. Not everything is to make you think about what you need to do, but and sometimes the messages just have fun as well. But it's healing. He puts himself, his feelings, and his love into all his songs. There's no surprise that those two are friends and buddies, and that the world put them together.
I just want to point out, the interesting things with CJ and Mr. Davis is like, they're obviously not the same age, but they have this commonality. And that commonality started with a harmonica, it sounds like to me. And it has just continued, and that's music. And that's why I really push music. And I'm so honored to be the director of artist development, because music, you don't even have to understand the language it's in. You can feel it. It's a universal language, and it bonds people. It connects people. And that's what this is all about to me.
Just because I can, real quick, one of our brothers, Jake Stovall, who runs Gulf Search and Rescue down south, they are in a major crisis situation right now. Here's his direct and personal message to me. And just if you're listening and have the means, please reach out, help out, do what you can. Hey, brother, I have a huge favor to ask. And if you can't, I totally understand. This part's not in there. Fooey, Jake. We're going to get you helped out.
How we can.
I'm deploying to Kentucky right now to meet my team there because they're expecting more catastrophic flooding. As you know, I fund all this on my own because we are so small and no exposure. When we do our press release, post in a bit, that has our donation link. Can you possibly share it on your platforms and ask others to share it? it would greatly help and possibly get some funding for the gas this 19-hour drive takes. Absolutely, 100%, Jake. We will get that pushed out, promoted, do what we need to make sure that your mission to go save lives, protect lives. Sadly, they have to do recoveries as well, but that is Gulf SAR, which stands for Search and Rescue. And Jake Stovall is a class act dude, and we know what he is saying is happening. And so we 100% check mark that and make sure that we 100%. So the great piece is, and I'm working with Timothy Allen Franklin with FWM Design, and we're working on some stuff. And I'm just not knowledgeable enough with it to share it. I know we've got a word that we use to get people to promote what we're doing. It's called PATRIOT, but I need to know more, and he will share that. We'll get it tightened up probably this week. Shannon Book, we were going to talk about you here in a second as well, because a lot of stuff's rolling in right this second, which is good stuff. But Shannon, I will get you the information as well. Jake Stovall, if you look him up on Facebook.
Got it. Shannon and Jake are connected.
Okay. And Gulf SAR, or Gulf Search and Rescue. You know what? We get asked to come through all the time, and we do what we can with what we can. And we have a live audience now that you can help a mission that's active and proactively be involved with that. So we will get that information out as well. So I was getting ready to roll into, this is our time for buddy checks. Make sure you are reaching out to your brothers and sisters. If you think that they don't need it, do it anyway. It doesn't take anything but like 6 seconds to send a text. You can be more personal, make a phone call. I do ask that everyone does it by a 6-pack. It doesn't take anything. And you know what? It feels good when you know people in your camp that they're good. And maybe they just want to hear your voice. Maybe they don't want to hear your voice, and that's okay too. So that's why we got text messaging. Gosh, I love our show. I love what we get to get done.
Can I just say, so we had Jake on here like a year and a half ago, and here he is.
Yeah.
Because he was just really getting started. So I just texted him to say hey, and then I saw Shannon's message. That's how quick this stuff can happen. So
100%.
Hey, thoughts and prayers to those folks. Be careful down there too, man. I tell you what, these floods, we deal with that up in my neck of the woods all the time. They can take you quick. So please, 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 that community and those first responders, be very, very careful.
100%. 100%.
Yes.
So
hey, since Shannon is speaking right now, should we just talk about what's happening in 2 weeks?
Let's get it done.
2 weeks from
2 weeks.
Yesterday. We have got Mr. Shannon Book coming on up to Minnesota. He's bringing the whole band. We thought at first it was just Troy. Now it's the whole band. And he's also bringing Scotty Hastings from Nashville. So they will be singing for everybody who can get theirs pleasure to the American Legion Post 69 in Granite Falls, Minnesota, August 13th. Ride to Remember. Shannon, you better be sure.
You better not, man.
That's
We
right
don't know
here.
how yet, but he's getting here.
I will auction this guitar off in 2 seconds if you do.
Crash it.
Granite Falls. The ride starts at check in at 8, right? I think it's 8 or 8:30. Go check in, do the ride, listen to Rachel. She's going to share a little personal story that brought her to Shannon. That's why we have Shannon coming. And then Scotty, just an additional bonus package. And then we have JT Thompson and the Gunslingers, one of our Minnesota bands. So these 3 guys right here on the screen, they're all veterans. Gosh dang. And music has come through and with them to share and help others, share with and help others. So gosh dang, look at those 3 guys.
I just want to say Shannon Book will melt your face.
Melt your face. I did this the other day and they're like, what are you, Andrea? Are you okay over there? But I'm melting my face off when I do that.
For sure.
I don't know what that is.
You're gonna learn. You're gonna learn.
Oh yeah.
Better than eat your face. It's
We
gonna
knew
melt.
that. I think we tried that one already. We tried, yeah, that did. That was weird.
So that's in 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks after that,
Where are we going 2 weeks after that? Some dude up north said, "Hey, let's do some music up here."
Who could
we
that
have
possibly
the
be?
WeP3 Fest. And this is a piece. I mean, again, everyone and anyone's welcome and invited. It is limited space, and so we need you to go to info@thepeoplespatriotproject.org. And if you're interested in being part of it. So here's the deal. We're working on, and again, we should have this all solidified, but again, we've been busy helping other people. We're planning on having a pig roast, planning on having some cooler corn. I've reached out to the network of people that cook in my world and said, hey, we need to have some pasta salad. We need to have some potato salad. We will have those things there, but we have a list of things for you to bring. You need to bring a chair. You need to bring the beverage of your choice, and we're going to try and fix a part of that. You need to bring your own personal stacks because I'm not guaranteeing some of this stuff right now. And you need to bring a festive spirit because we've got the one, the only Blind Joe coming. But then we've got these 3 other amazing Joe Reinke, who was on here talking tonight's show, Kim Pitcher and Stuart James, all veterans in first responder world, who we're just going to have a day of relaxing, a day of recalibration, just chill. And I did say bring some yard games too, but I'm sorry if I'm asking you to bring too much, but this is just going to be a chill time. We're going to cut it off at 150 people. That's the rules. I think that came from Mrs. Hudson. And that's okay because people are just going to be infiltrating their space. And what a wonderful blessing that we have this in our.
Hey, I tell you what, this is just going to grow too, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be so much fun. This has been a vision of mine for a couple of years now. And I tell you what, Joe Reinke, Kim Pitcher, and the Stuart James, ladies and gentlemen, Stuart James is a Vietnam vet. This guy is a hero. He is a mentor of mine. He has got me up on stage. I have agreed to sing a couple numbers with him. We've done it before for a couple veterans events. If you haven't heard Joey Reinke play, you're in for a treat. You got a little preview tonight of kind of what you're in for with CJ, but Joey has a gift. And Kim Pitcher is an RN. She is a registered nurse at the VA taking care of our heroes. Oh, yeah. Party on the prairie, Mrs. Hudson says. But I will tell you this. These 3 individuals are really the backbone of what I created. They are singer-songwriters. They are veterans or first responders or first-line caregivers. This is what it's all about. And our good friend that we had on just a couple weeks ago, or last week, Blind Joe, agreed to come in here. He believes in what we do. He supports us. And I tell you what, it is going to be a chill time. It's going to be a great time. And we are happy to have you. And we are happy to see smiles on your face. And you might run into a celebrity or two, but I'm not going to divulge who they are. You'll have to pick them out of the crowd.
That is true. That is true.
It's true. It's true.
You don't want to be the rowdy part of the crowd that night. I'm just going to say that.
For sure. You will be put in your place. There
might be some kind of a champion.
Could be. Maybe.
And it's not a hot dog eating champion either, just so you know.
You will want to behave.
Don't want to be getting on that list. That's what you're saying, huh?
Well, I will tell you this. I'm not concerned about it. And I do have and have confirmed this early on when people show up. My gracious land renter has some horse-drawn hay rides planned. If you bring your kids or if you want to take a little stroll and be pulled by a couple horses, I tell you what, he's happy to do so. And I'm really looking forward to that.
Shannon, not on. You have to stay off the horses. You ride in the wagon.
In the wagon.
In the wagon. And don't be
In-
catching the yardbirds. Don't be catching the yardbirds.
Correct.
Harold, however.
These are Harold the cat. These are huge horses, by the way. They are the size of Clydesdales, and they think they are the size of cats. So it's interesting. Yes. Terrified of them. It's going to be a great time, folks. It's going to be fun. And I feel very blessed to be able to do this, and very grateful for all the support that we've received and continue to receive. We've got, like I said, TJM Trucking. They just like stepped up right away. And my wife, Angie's meeting with another sponsor tomorrow. And another sponsor just texted me and said, "What's your address?" I mean, they believe in this. And this is a thank you. It's a thank you. It's a thank you to everybody. And it's also kind of a show of what you can do, that there are paths out there. These veterans and first line medical folks are going to show you what they're capable of, and it's amazing. And they're so humble. They're so humble. And Mrs. Hudson, so worried about the storm. We did suffer a small tornado. Small tornado may have ripped the shutters off her house and some siding, but
tornadoes don't hit twice in one spot. Don't worry about it.
I've heard that before, but we are under a little bit of construction, but you know what? That's not breaking our spirit at all.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
I love her, man. I love her.
This is why what we do works. I'm going to tell you right now. It's because it is boots on the ground. It is relationship building. We are and will be the shock and awe.
Oh, there it is.
And here's the deal. You combine good food, good drink, good times, good music with good people. That's recalibration, man. That fixes the funky stuff. And it wants you to get more of the happy stuff. And we take all kinds of people. I mean, we brought Dan in, for Pete's sakes. I mean,
I thought you were pointing at me.
Oh, well, I had to go the safe route.
We're a twofer.
Yeah, he lives much farther away. Yeah.
It's what we're doing is working. And we got to knock on wood. We've not lost one person in our network since we started this. And it's not just tomfooling around either. It is dragging your knuckles, army crawling through the muck, figuring out how we can serve our brothers and sisters the best, relearning things, taking in new thoughts, rethinking things that we thought was working. And we need you. We need each and every one of you that are here. And we have an opportunity for you. The faster we build this, the more people we save. That's the truth.
It is the truth. It is the truth. And I think I know WeFest is going on right now because I made the dumb idea of trying to drive down 59. But my contact there, of course, is driving this big lull thing, and I waved at him like I wave at a lot of people, like Andrea waves at Mark sometimes, and I got the wave back. But I will tell you this is well after WeFest, and the response so far has been so supportive and overwhelming, and I can't thank everybody enough. If you're interested in sponsoring, just feel free to reach out. And you know what? There's no minimum. I mean, this is for a good cause, and we're also trying to rebuild a American Legion Club here in the hometown that burned, and we've been working really hard on that. And my yard was full of flamingos one day. That was their thing. I thought there was some kind of party that I didn't authorize going on out here, but they've done a terrific job of that. We'd like to help them out a little bit too.
Absolutely. But we got a lot of stuff going on, and there's a lot of people that need help, and there's a lot. It just what a blessing. This is.
We didn't even talk about Nashville.
Let's talk about Nashville next week. Let's get
through this, right?
Let's get through this stuff. Let's get some help for Jake Stovall and the Gulf SAR search and rescue. let's get through the 13th, and then we'll dig in. There's some amazing. We'll put it out there. We are heading to Nashville to take care of yet another brother, not just one. I mean, here's the truth. We're going down there to support about 8 veteran and first responder musicians. I know Don Ricks is involved. I know that D-Rock is involved. I know that Alyssa Ruffin is involved. I know that, I don't know all of them.
Who's our person?
Well, the one that we're like 100% like cheerleading for is the one and only Tony Turner, who's up for Vocalist of the Year with Outlaw Country. And and you know what? Actually, not that we're going to take away from Tony, but there's 2 other people that actually get to be involved with this thing, because the curators of the Josie Award have asked 2 people to come. And I don't think they asked the third, but we'll bring a third. We'll bring all we want, to be honest with you.
Maybe personal protection or something.
Yeah, wow, because you know that I need to be protected.
Well, I do know Alyssa too. She's up for like 5 awards, and she probably needs some type of protection. I could probably send Mrs. Hudson to protect her. So,
yeah.
But Andrea and I get to be on the red carpet interviewing all the inductees. And so we're really super excited about that. But, Tony Turner was kind of the festering piece that got this rolling. And we're excited to support Tony and the things that he does. And everyone else, we've had D-Rock on the show. We've had Don Ricks on the show. Alyssa Ruffin will be on the show. We tried really hard the other day, and she had some technical difficulties. Those melty, burny up phonies, I don't get whatever. No,
we have so much technology in the world, but then
I know. Why didn't Sammy Davis just Google the songs when he was in Vietnam so he could play them for his sergeants? What do you think?
Yeah, well, I wonder why he didn't. Why didn't he just Google that? Like, it could have been right on his phone over there.
Right. Just play it from the phone. That's yeah. Some of our kids won't ever understand that. We do have one more song from CJ that we'll throw up here. Do we have anything else?
Shoot, I think we got it covered for now. Yeah, be watching out, you guys. We'll put information for fundraisers for anything can go to info at the People's Page. Oh, I put info dot. It's info at the People's Patriot Project.org. Cheapers. Take that all back. Info at anything. We can answer any of your questions. But you'll probably see a couple fundraiser links as well. And here's one thought. Our sponsors have been so amazing that if you don't get a hold of us soon, we're going to have an event full of sponsors probably. So if you want to just come and listen to the music, if you're not a sponsor, you better let us know so we can get you a ticket or something. Are we having tickets? We need your name.
Yeah, we just need them to register
or your number.
When we know that 150 line, boom, chop it off.
You probably want the address too. That's how you're going to get it.
Well, and that's the other piece. They're going to get the address because it's not going to be. Yeah,
it's a rave.
Oh, you'll hear it from miles away. I assure you.
There we go. I corrected my mistake. Shoot, what the heck was I thinking? Info at.
Good work, Andrea.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Harold says thanks.
I need an engineer for this show. If you're interested in being an engineer for a bunch of tomfoolery stuff, that would be greatly appreciated. We have all this stuff lined out on a document, but I'm dealing with Crisis on one screen, our show on another screen, and
I know a guy.
Our shocking out. Boom! Yeah.
I know a guy. He's got nothing going on.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah. He's playing with lights and music.
Converting files and
yeah, he's smarter than all of us.
Well, let's close and wish everyone a great and amazing week. We'll see you on Friday. Oh, well, first of all, we got Mondays. We got our Motivation Mondays with Sugar Rose, and I know she's up getting that stuff ready to roll, and you can see her here at 6 o'clock at 6 o'clock or 7
It's
o'clock?
quite the
7
guest
o'clock
too.
Central.
7
It's
o'clock.
quite the guest. It's going to
She's
be
got
great.
an amazing guest tomorrow. You're going to want to watch.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wonderful
Yeah.
mission, wonderful family, unbelievable.
Yep.
Yeah.
So right
I'd like
here,
to-
7 o'clock.
I'd like to create a force of like angry people to fix the issue that you'll hear about tomorrow night. You don't want to miss it.
Let's
there
tell
is
them who
something
it
that
is.
needs to be taken.
Can we tell them who it is?
We can
You
tell
can
them.
tell them who it is. I'm not smart enough to know who it is. I don't know it from the hip. Sorry.
Hinderless 22.
Hinderless
Yes.
22, ladies and gentlemen. I will tell you this. It is a horrific story, and they're taking something that is so horrible and trying to make good out of it. And I'm going to leave it at that because you really need to listen to their message and what they have to say. Tune in to Sugar Rose's show tomorrow because their message and their journey is rough. It's a rough one. And they still battle it today, and they are taking some stuff that they have to deal with on a daily basis, and they're trying to save lives with it. And I fully support that.
Yeah.
I know we all do.
100%.
Yes.
And then you'll see us on Friday with our WeP3 debrief. And then here every Sunday at 6 o'clock, 1800 Central Standard Time. We always have, we got your 6 and 6 Patriot Playtime. And we're usually all here, happy, joyous. Tonight's show was amazing. Great job, Andrea.
Thank you.
She put a gigantic part of this together tonight, and she did an amazing job. And we will. So, as we're heading out, we are going to drop one more of CJ's songs on you. He's got a song called Ferris Wheel. So, if we don't see you later, we'll see you later. Patriot Pride. CJ Garton, Ferris Wheel.
I walked the high line, I juggled a few times, played sold out shows around. I keep entertaining and never complaining about the circus that is this town. I'm caught on a Ferris wheel, going round and round. Everything that I see just goes up and down. Bright lights are shining, these crowds gather round. Oh, am I the ringmaster or just another clown? I hear the laughter as I'm put on display. I'm another freak in the show. One day the marquee will read my name. Till then, it's a neon glow. I'm caught on the Ferris wheel, going round and round. Everything that I see just goes up and down. Bright lights shining, the crowd gather round. Oh, am I the ringmaster or just another clown? Just goes up and down. Bright lights are shining, the crowd
Left, your left, left, right, your left. You got it.
Truck it off.